Now we will discuss about Arrhenius law. Right? Arrhenius gave a quantitative relationship between rate constant and temperature of the reaction. Right? So for any reaction, Arrhenius gave a relationship K is equals to A e to the power of A divided by RT, right? Where K is your rate constant, A is your frequency factor, and this is your exponential form where EA is your activation energy, R is gas constant, and T is your temperature, right? Here the most important thing that we will be dealing would be EA, which is your activation energy. Activation energy, right? And every reaction has a definite value of activation energy. Now let's see how we can calculate activation energy using this equation, right? So let's first just recall what is activation energy, although we have already done this in our previous lecture. Activation energy, in the collision theory we said that A and B will react to form AB, right? And A and B will react to form AB when A and B will possess minimum amount of energy called as threshold energy. Only when these molecules will possess threshold energy, they will undergo effective collision to give you product AB, right? So all those collisions between molecules that do not possess threshold energy will simply collide and rebound. No product would formed in those cases, right? So those molecules that do not have energy equal to threshold energy or have energy less than threshold energy needs to possess energy equal to threshold energy. So how we can make their energy equal to threshold energy? Simply by giving some extra amount of energy. So that extra amount of energy that is given to molecules so that their energy becomes equal to the threshold energy is the activation energy. So activation energy is that extra amount of energy, right, which makes the energy of the molecules equal to threshold energy, right? So these will undergo effective collision only when A and B possess energy equal to threshold energy, right? So what about molecules that have energy less than threshold energy? What about molecules that possess energy equal to energy less than threshold energy, that possess energy less than threshold energy, right? What about these molecules that possess energy less than threshold energy? To make their energy equal to threshold energy, right, so that they can undergo effective collisions, we give some extra amount of energy that is called as activation energy. Energy is to these molecules that possess energy less than threshold energy, we supply some extra energy called as activation energy, denoted by EA, right? So if ER is energy of reactants right, and ER is less than ETH. TH is your threshold energy, right? If ER is the energy of those reactant molecules that do not undergo effective collisions, that is, their energy is less than threshold energy, then in order to make their energy equal to threshold energy, you give or supply some extra amount of energy called as activation energy. So when the energy of activation is added, right, or supplied to these reactant molecules, right, then their energy will become equal to threshold energy. Now they will undergo effective collision to form products, right? And if you remember, we used to make this kind of graph, right, where this was the energy of reactants, right, and threshold energy is this ETH. So if these reactants already possess this amount of energy, but they have to reach here, right, ETH. So this is the extra amount of energy, right, EA, which is your activation energy. We have already done all this in the previous lecture. If you are still confused, you can just go back and look or just check that lecture. Now, our main aim in this lecture is to calculate EA, right, energy of activation for a reaction using this equation when you know the rate constant, that is K. So what we will do is we will take logarithm of this relation on both the sides. I n K is equals to I n A plus logarithm of e to the power of EA divided by RT, right? So what we have done in the first step is we have taken logarithm of both the sides, right? So applying the simple basic formulas of logarithm, this will come here, this will come here, EA upon RT, and we know that value of log E is 1, right? Since log E is equals to 1, so this is the equation, right? Now converting this to natural logarithm, 2.303 log K is equals to 2.303 log A minus EA upon RT, right? So now we will take 2.303 common in this equation. So what we did here, we converted natural logarithm, this is your natural log, to common log. When we convert natural log to common log, we multiply with 2.303. So if I take 2.303 common, it will make log A is equals to log K is equals to log A minus EA upon 2.303 RT, right? This is your equation. Now you need to change this equation to that of a straight line, right? If you change it to the equation of the straight line, this will come out to be, I'll just rewrite it, log A K is equals to log A minus EA upon 2.303 R. Here T is your variable, right? So this equation is the form of the equation of the straight line, and we know that equation of the straight line is y is equals to mx plus c, right? So here m is this, log A is constant, A is frequency factor, right? So log A is constant, right? This is C. Log A is equal to C. So M would be equal to, comparing this equation with that of a straight line, this M, which is your slope, M is your slope, is equal to minus EA upon 2.303, right? If you look into the graph, if you make a graph between log K and 1 upon T, it would be a straight line having slope equal to minus EA upon 2.303. This is your temperature, right? 1 upon T and your K, right? This is your K. I'm sorry, it's 1 upon T, graph between this quantity and this K, right? Log K. So graph between this and this, right? Log K and 1 upon T would be a straight line like this with slope equal to EA minus EA upon 2.303 R, right? So if you know the slope of the line, right, then you can calculate the activation energy, which is EA, right? So activation energy is equal to, therefore from here activation energy is equal to, let's just do it here, EA activation energy is equals to slope into minus 2.303 into R. This is your gas constant, which is a constant, right? So the value of this is known. If you know the slope of this line, you can calculate the activation energy. I'll repeat. This is Arrhenius law. Arrhenius gave relationship between rate constant and temperature of the reaction, right? And we know that every reaction has a definite value of activation energy EA, and we know that activation energy is this extra amount of energy that is given to reactant molecules so that their energy becomes equal to the threshold energy and they can undergo effective collision to form products. Now let's come back to this. In this relation, we have taken logarithm on both the sides. This is natural logarithm, right? So this is just simple log formula. So natural logarithm K is equals to log A plus your log E to the power of minus EA upon RT, right? So if this is the normal formula where we know that log E to the power of X is equals to X log E. So log E is 1, so this is X. So applying the same formula here, you get minus EA upon RT. Converting natural logarithm to common logarithm, we multiply it with 2.303, right? Then we take 2.303 common, it will change to this, and we know that this is the form of equation of straight line, right? So if you compare it with equation of straight line, you get slope is equals to minus EA upon 2.303. So if you draw a graph between log K and 1 upon T, it would be a straight line having slope minus EA upon 2.303. So if you know the slope, you can find the EA, the activation energy, right? So this is one way. There is one more way to find the activation energy of reactant, right? So second way, let's just rub something. Right, so other way is, if two values of rate constants for a reaction is known at temperature T1 and T2, then from that relationship we can calculate the value of EA, right? We'll just look at this equation here. Now for any particular reaction, if K1 and K2 are rate constants, for a reaction at temperature T1 T2, right, then log K is equals to log A minus EA upon 2.303 R 1 upon T1, right. This is first equation. Second equation is log K2 log A minus EA upon 2.303 R 1 upon T2. This is your second equation, right. So using simple mathematics, subtracting this from this, log K2 minus log K1 is equals to this, and this will cancel. If I subtract this from this, log A minus log A would get cancelled. Then it will form EA upon 2.303 R 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2, right. This is the equation. Now we know that applying the logarithm formula, log K2 upon K1 is equals to EA upon 2.303 R T2 minus T1 upon T1 T2, right. So now we need the value of EA, activation energy. So EA would be equal to 2.303 R upon T2 minus T1 T1 T2, right, log K2 upon K1. Using this relationship you can find the value of EA, right. Using this relationship we can find the value of activation energy EA for a reaction if rate constants K1 and K2 are known at temperatures T1 and T2, right. So there are two ways we can find the activation energy of a reaction, right. So I hope this is clear, right. So just be clear with the concept of activation energy before you go ahead with this reaction, and remember that every reaction has a particular or definite value of activation energy which we are trying to calculate using these two methods, right. Thanks.